So you're wondering how you can survive being a trader with very little money. It's the age-old question, the question I get on a regular basis. Can I make money in the stock market? Can I make money trading Forex? Will it be possible? How much money do I need to trade in the markets? Now we're going to cover this today, and we're going to go over this today to see how you can make money in the markets, how you can survive in the markets. You can't make $1 million from $5, guys. That's an absolute impossibility. But if you don't have the money to get in the markets, if you don't have $100,000 to get into the markets, I'll give you a way. I'll give you a way that you can get into the markets and get started today if you want to. The big problem with trading has always been having capital and getting into the market. The only way that you're going to be able to do this properly is if you have a proper business plan and you have a proper strategy, which we will cover at the end of this video, which we will go over. Guys, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Rob. I have been trading for 33 to 34 years. Been around for a really long time. Perhaps I'm a fossil. Perhaps you're watching a skeleton here. I don't know. And for those of you who do know me, I am still Rob. Usually it's coffee with Rob, but guess what, guys? I don't have a cup of coffee here today. So I'm going to have to do this on the fly with no coffee. Imagine that. Here's the thing. If you don't have the money to trade, there are ways and means to achieve funding. But the bank's not going to give you money. Your friends are not going to invest in you unless you're a professional trader with a financial license of some sort. So that's not going to help you. And the other problem you've got is if you do have a tiny little bit of money that you want to put in the market, you find out that trading is insanely risky. Trading is risky, so risky that 60 to 80% of traders lose money trading on the 4-hour and daily charts. And I know you think you're going to be in the top 30%, but you're not. Those of you that are impatient find yourselves trying to trade on the 5-minute and the 1-minute charts. And I know you think that you're going to be in the top of that as well, but 99% of traders lose there. So now you're going to have to be in the top 1%. What makes you think in your right mind, if you're starting out, that you somehow are going to be in the top 1%, that you somehow are going to invest $100 and turn it into $1 million? Who gave you that idea? It's not realistic in any way, shape, or form. Believe me, guys, it doesn't work this way. Now, the trouble is, you've spent $5,000 of your capital on a course already, so that money's gone. You don't have that anymore. So if you only had 10,000, you've already blown half of it on the course. And you know what the course teaches you? 9 times out of 10, I don't say they're all the same. 9 times out of 10, I can almost guarantee you they gave you a system. A system to trade with. Do you know what a system is? A system is a high probability trade. In other words, I look at a chart, and in all likelihood, what happened in the past is going to happen again in the future. So I'm going to take that trade with the knowledge that I'm probably going to make a profit. So I'm going to have a win rate. And for those of you who know me, you know that I always tell you that a win rate is completely meaningless. What are you going to do with a win rate? A win rate's going to tell you, ooh, I won 8 trades out of 10. It's not going to tell you if the 8 trades were more profitable than the 2 that you lost. In fact, the 2 that you lost were far worse than you thought. And you look at the overall picture and you're way down in a loss. Win rates are meaningless. The other thing that I always tell you guys is the market's 50-50. Why is the market 50-50? Because you're trading with and against other human beings who do things in the market that are insanely emotional. And that's what the market's all about. It's all about psychology. It's all about the emotions in trading. It's got nothing to do with the system. It's got nothing to do with candles. It's got nothing to do with any kind of squiggly lines. It's got to do with your psychology your emotion. The ability to get over the fear of missing out. The ability to get over fear. The ability to be patient and wait for a trade. The ability to be patient and not take a profit too early. There's many things that you have to consider when you get into trading. So if you're getting into trading with your last $5,000 or your last $10,000, do be careful, because there is in all likelihood a good possibility that you might lose it. But I'm going to give you a strategy that's going to help you to keep that and keep you in the game, because my thought here is not to make you into a millionaire overnight with $5. My thought here is to keep you in the game. I don't have any predictive capability. I don't have a crystal ball. I cannot tell you what's going to happen in the future. Just because I've been trading for so long doesn't mean I know what's going to happen next. I'm sitting in exactly the same position as you are, looking at a trade, wondering if it's going to go up or if it's going to go down. You've only got two choices when you're trading Forex or when you're trading anything for that matter. You can either buy or you can sell. So you don't even need a system to actually trade. You actually only need a strategy to get you through. You need a business plan to get you through. But what if you've got no money? What if you don't have any money to trade with? What if you've only got a couple of $100? What do I do then? Well, then you drop down to the description and you get yourself a funded account. Now, I know prop firms have been in the news and everybody's talking about them and everyone says it's this and it's that and it's the other. But look at it this way, guys. You want to learn how to trade. You want to get to know trading. And what I would recommend is, even if you do have a large sum of money to put in, get yourself a funded account to start with. Pay $100 for it and trade it and see if you can be successful. This way you know if it's going to work for you before you waste all your money. Because the most you can lose if you do this is the $100 you paid or the $200 you paid or whatever size account you bought. I think a $100,000 account might cost you a couple of $100. The most you can lose is that couple of $100. But if you take a real $100,000 and put it in the market and start leverage trading, you stand a chance of losing the whole $100,000. So my disclaimer to you is most of my income would come from investments. I invest in shares. It's called set and forget. It's got no way, or there's nothing the same as trading. It's just I buy it, I hold it, I keep it, I never look at it again. And I keep adding to it every single month. For me, I would take that $100,000 and I would put it into shares and I would leave it there and forget about it. And then I would take money that I've got left off that or spare, and I would buy a funded account and go and learn to trade before I start trading with large sums of cash. This way, if I lose the account, if I blow the account, yeah, I'll be upset because I paid for the account. Yeah, I'll be upset because if it's an instant account or it's an account that's going to bring me profit share and I lose the account, that's a bit upsetting. But at the end of the day, all you've lost is what you paid for the account. You haven't really lost the money that you would have made that you didn't make. And then if you do well and you do make the money, then you're making it off that $100,000, $50,000, $25,000, $10,000 account, whichever account you've got. You're making it from that, and you can take the profits out on a weekly basis. And if you make profit, you can get your money out, and then suddenly you're at break even. That this account's cost you nothing, and you're learning how to trade while making a profit. If you make a loss, you lose the account, no big deal. But if you lose all your cash trading, that is a big deal. That's a much bigger deal at the end of the day, because then you can't get back into the market. Now you've lost your funded account, but you've still got your $100,000 invested in all those shares, because it'll always be there, whether it goes up or it goes down. Just this year, I told you guys about one of my investments, NVIDIA, and how it started going down. And I was like, I'm not worried about it. I'm seriously not worried about it. And some of you said, why? Are you crazy? Look at it. It's going, do you know where it is today? Back where it was, all the way up. And I still paid after it. Every single one of my investments is in profit. Not one of them is in a loss. How's that even possible? Crazy, isn't it? Because it's long time. It's called time in the market, not timing the market. But now you want to time the market because you want to trade. Now, if you join us on a Thursday for the live show at 1400 GMT +2 every Thursday, I have a giveaway of a 2-step challenge 10K account so that you can get in, and it's kindly provided by FundYourFX. FundYourFX kindly provide this to me, and we give it away on a Thursday. Oh, what's a Thursday afternoon here? And all you have to do to be involved in that is comment in one of my videos. You can comment on this video. What I do is I pick a video every week and we have a draw of that video and we see who wins and you get the prize. The rules are in the description if you want to know more about it. So then you can get involved for free. You don't even have to pay the money for the account. You get the account in your lap, totally free. Imagine that. Can you absolutely imagine that? But if you want one, go down, go and have a look, go and shop around. Perhaps you can buy one for yourself and you can get started if you don't have the money to get into the market. Then once you have an account, you're ready to start trading, ready to start getting into this game. You have to understand that you need a business plan, because you wouldn't start any business without a business plan, would you? Or would you? Don't tell me you would. Surely you wouldn't. Surely you wouldn't open a factory with no idea what you're going to make and how many machines you're going to need, or if you're going to need people to make the stuff. Surely you wouldn't do that. So surely you wouldn't do that with trading. Surely with trading, you'd think about it and you'd have some kind of plan laid out as to how you plan to make money, how you plan to make a profit from trading. Step number 1 would be, I need capital. Where am I going to get it? Right, I just told you how to get the capital, get started. Well, to at least get your knowledge in trading, it's going to help you, because there's a big difference between trading on a demo, trading for real. And that is, a system doesn't make you money. You'll learn a system, you'll have a high probability trade, and on a demo, it's easy. But when it's real money, or even if it's a funded account, it feels like real money because it's your account and you want to keep it, you want to pass the challenge, and you want to have that profit share. When you trade, it's much more difficult. You taking a loss, you losing the money, psychologically becomes a different ballgame. So you have to get around the FOMO, the fear, the patience, all of those nasty things that we chatted about a few moments ago. They all come into play. But once you get around that, and once you understand that it's not the system that's making you money, that it's the strategy and the business plan that's going to make you money, then you just follow this simple strategy. And the strategy is this, guys. It's simple. Rule number 1, which by the way, rules are bendable and you can bend them any which way you want to, but try and stay within the guidelines, let's say. Try and stay on the railway track. Rule number 1, keep your stop loss the same on every single trade, no matter how you feel about each individual trade. No matter if you think, I feel better about that one, I'm good at trading the S&P 500, not so good at the DAX though, so I'll trade less on that. Guess which one's going to win? The one that you traded less on. Guess which one's going to lose? Well, we don't have to go there, do we? Keep the stop loss the same on every single trade. Now, what I do is I use a 1% stop loss. And the reason for that is, if you have a $100,000 account, you trade $1,000 on every single trade. If you lose 10 trades, you lose 10% of your account. You can get that back. When I started trading all those years ago, 10% was the stop loss. But if you try and have a 10% stop loss now, you're probably going to blow your account on the first trade. Now you keep the stop loss the same on every single trade, but how do you do that? How do you work that out? So let's say your stop loss is $1,000 on every single trade. I'm just going to use that as a round figure, guys. Could be $250. It could be $10. I don't know. I'm just going to use the $1,000 round number. All you do is you look at the trade that you want to take and you say, I want to take that trade. That looks like a good trade to take. So that's the trade for me. Then you just look at it and say, On this trade, where would it be completely invalid? At what point would this trade be something I wouldn't want to be nearby and throw it away? That's the point where you want the stop loss. It's called an invalidation area. Then you go to that point and you say, well, how many lots do I need to buy, or points or pairs or whatever, and pips do I need to buy to get back up to the cost, the level that it's charging from that stop to make up $1,000, because this is a $1,000 trade. And then you know exactly the size of your trade. Now you've worked out that. Doesn't take much. Most platforms will let you do it right there on your purchase. You just put the stop loss in and work out how much $1,000 is. Now you know the size of your trade. Now you know that you need to work out if the reward is there. Because you can't be risking $1,000 to make $50. You're wasting your time. You're wasting everyone's time. Why are you even trading, man? No. No, no, no. You need to be making more than $1,000. If you're making $1,000, it's okay, but you need to be making more. Because the whole basis of the strategy is we need to make more on our wins and lose less on our losses. Now, that's how you work out your trade. Now, the reason that you have to make more than $1,000 on the win, that you have to have a good risk to reward, and you can't just put it there for the sake of putting it there. It must be an achievable target. Remember that. It must be something that this can actually make. Otherwise, you're wasting your time as well. And the reason that we make it this way is you need to make more on your wins. It's like if I flipped a coin 10 times, you would agree with me that in all likelihood, it would hit on heads 5 times and it would hit on tails 5 times. So if you chose heads and it hit heads 5 times and it hit tails 5 times, you'd say, well, then we're going to get hit to 0, aren't we? But what if I told you, I'll let you lose 1 for every tails, and I'll give you 2 for every heads that you win? Anyone would take that bet. I don't know anyone who would say no, because the odds are in your favor. And that's how we work with our strategy. We put the odds in our favor of we're going to make more on our winning trades and lose less on our losing trades. There was a trading company, I believe it was called Turtle Trading, who only used to win 20% of their trades. Do you know that they were the most profitable company on the street? Because they let their wins run. That's all it is. They let their wins run and they cut their losses short. That's as easy as the strategy gets, guys. If you want to start trading with no money, you know what you need to do. You know what you need to get started, and you know how you need to get going. And there's nothing wrong with starting now with a funded account, for example, learning how to trade with it, getting into the game, and then one day in the future, you can have your own fantastic cash account and trade with your cash account. That's, of course, if you're unhappy having your account with these prop firms and you're not happy with sharing your profits for them and you'd rather use your own money. But there are some downsides to using your own money, but there are also some downsides to using funded accounts. So it's entirely up to you. I've spent my entire career trading with my own money, trading with cash. This year, I opened a couple of funded accounts so that I could trade with you guys on the live shows and have a bit of fun, and also practice with them and see how they are and what they're all about and learn more about them, because, well, let's be fair, I really didn't know much about prop firms and funded accounts. Now I know a lot more about them. Some of them have some really stringent rules. The ones that I've left for you in the description, their rules are less stringent. You're allowed to trade overnight. You can trade with your own system. You can trade the news and all these other things that you like to do. So it gives you an opportunity to make a little bit of money in the markets. Guys, I hope that helps you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because I do forget to ask that of people. It does help our channel grow. It's been great chatting to you guys. Don't forget to join us for the live shows. And as I say, don't forget to join the members area as well. Members get the perks. They get the trade of the day every day. There's loads of lacquer perks there. And also, don't forget to go and get your free Forex book in the description. It's there for you. Guys, thanks for watching. Comment and subscribe. Till next time, don't forget to watch this last video. That's going to help you with the system as well as the strategy, because I didn't put the system in this video. Chat later. Cheers. Ciao. And Bye.